So right now, Duquesne women's basketball is pretty good for about 37, 38 minutes, and we've got to find a way to execute more positively in the last 3 minutes of a game and be able to close out games. And obviously we haven't done that all conference season long. Today, when your opponent, which is a low possession team that guards so strong, takes 23 more shots than you do, and you have 20 turnovers, you're lucky that you've only lost by 7. You're lucky that you're even in the game and winning the game with 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes to go. It's almost impossible to win a game when you take 23 less shots and have 20 turnovers. So that's where we're at.
Why do you think the second half is different from the first half? You guys turned the ball over more. Maybe was it defense? Was it it's not scoring a lot? What do you think?
Well, one thing that Fordham does is they're the best defensive team in the league. And they sit down and they really, really guard you. And we quit attacking space. And there wasn't a lot of space to attack. Their help defense is outstanding. They're a great defensive team. And when you just dribble it around the arc, that benefits them. You think that you're actually accomplishing something because you're moving it from side to side. And in most games, when you move it from side to side twice, on that third one, you're going to get a really good look. That's not the case with Fordham. With Fordham, they're going to guard you to the three-point line and have incredible help defense. So we couldn't turn the corner and get in. And then when we did and we found post touches, we had 4 offensive fouls on post moves. We haven't had 4 offensive fouls on post moves probably in 2 years combined. And I'm not complaining about them. I think those kids went in there and took our best hit and took charges. We led with the elbow on at least 2 of them, and they were legit calls. The other 2 I'm not sure about, but we had a really good officiating crew today. So I'm going to go with what they called. So when you take away 4 possessions like that, could be 4 buckets, that hurts.
What was the plan today then? You said that your team dribbled the ball around the perimeter a lot. What was your plan coming in against a really staunch defense before?
We wanted to get them in transition as much as we could, and we did that a couple times, but not nearly enough. When they're not able to set their defense, that's when you can really attack them. And Tess Myers picking up 2 fouls early hurt, and that hurt us, and they did a great job of defending her. But you have to beat them in transition, and you have to pitch the ball ahead, and you have to live with a turnover or 2 there where you may not complete the pass, but that really softens up their defense, and we didn't do that enough today also.
You mentioned that you had a really good officiating crew today, but there's always a line where you get some bad calls and you go, oh well, referees are human too. You're going to have those bad calls, but there is a point where it kind of crosses that line a little bit. Do you think the officiating ever reached that point this game? I saw you were a little upset over a few of those calls. Would you still classify that your officiating is good despite a few bad calls?
Yeah, I do a report. You have a 24-hour cooling off period, and then you do an evaluation of the officials, and that was as well officiated a game as we've had in the conference. They did a great job. You're always going to work officials for a call or 2, and you want to see advantages that maybe they're passing on or advantages that you need, and you're going to work an official for that. That's what you see a lot. But I have a lot of respect for those 3 that were out there. I think they are really, really good crew and officiated a really good game. It just, Fordham is really good for a reason. They're a great defensive team, and we will learn from a couple of these mistakes in the post and how we can score effectively in the post, and we'll be better next time.
How would you evaluate your team's defense today? You guys did hold them to about 35%, I believe.
We gave up way too much dribble penetration. The Dingle kid, Dingle, number 3, is incredibly quick. And then Haramea, I think is how you say her name, number 20, is so good at driving it really, really hard and using a crossover to create space. I think those two were really a big, big difference. They have outstanding guard play. DeWolf had 13 tonight. I thought we did a good job on her, guarding her, but not so much on Dingle. And then not so much on Hermea. We were okay. I think we could have been a little bit better there. But at the end of the day, it's a team defense, and when you don't block out and you allow 16 offensive rebounds, that's the game. That's the game.
Coach, that's a couple close games against the top of the conference. What are you telling these girls knowing you may see them later in the tournament down there in Delaware?
I think one thing that people don't realize is that, our upperclassmen are really not in the best health. They're playing through a lot of injuries and a lot of pain. And then we have a bunch of young kids. The teams that we're playing are all 4th and 5th and sometimes 6th-year seniors. This Fordham team is, seniors with one junior, and they've been together for 4 and 5 years. You look at Dayton. Dayton's the same way with a lot of grad students playing, and that's the way the whole league is. And we're playing a second-year freshman in Meg and Tess, and we're playing third-year sophomores who are still feeling their way through things, and Amaya and Precious who need to step up a little bit more. We don't take any moral victories at all. I'm tired of hearing the opposing head coach after the game talk about how good we are and how they don't want to face us in March, because that's been pretty much every conference game. And I'm tired of hearing it, and I'm tired of relaying that information to our players, and I'm sure our players are tired of hearing that. And I know our players and our staff are tired of coming up short in the last 3 minutes of games. Your execution in the last 3 have to be better than the execution in the first 3. And when you don't have a deep bench and you're playing Libby Basilak 40 minutes and you're playing Meg and Tess nearly that amount of time also, it's very hard to have that clean, crisp execution when you're in the last 3 minutes of the game. And we've got to find a way to fix that. We've got a couple kids that haven't played a whole lot, that need to step up. It's not too late in the year. And we've got to find some sort of chemistry, recipe, lineup in that last 3 minutes that can execute what we want them to do. And there's no moral victory. I don't know where anybody would think that or think that of our program. Like, we're not happy. Like, this tastes really bad. But we had been taking step after step after step after everything that we've been through over the last 2 years. And today was probably the first day where I felt we took a little step back because we didn't finish the game. But overall, I'll go to battle with these women every day of the week. And if you look at the rest of our schedule, it's spaced out well, and I think that we'll be able to get our rest and be healthy and be ready to play GW. And then for the remainder of the conference season, I think we'll continue to get better. We took a hair step back today by not finishing, but I think that we'll continue to take steps forward, and that's going to lead to wins. And to what other opposing teams have said, I wouldn't want to play us in March either.
That's two games in a row now that you kind of just haven't closed it out. If you had to point to one thing that you need to work on going forward to help get you to the point where you can close that out, what would that be?
Well, I wish we wouldn't have to play Meg and Tess and Libby the amount of minutes that they do, because they're worn down at that point. And we really need another guard to step up, and we haven't had that. And that would help. That would, if we had Amanda Kalin or Diamond Bragg or Lauren Wisloslin or Liv Westfall, we got 3 guards that would have started or could have started this year that haven't played a minute. Well, Amanda played in 1 game. If we just had one of those guys I think it could have helped us a whole lot, and I think that you'd see a couple more W's instead of L's. We've got to find a way to get them some rest at some point during the game, and that becomes my responsibility. And then it becomes the responsibility of the kids that aren't playing as much or not playing. They need to get in. They need to get more work so that we can get faith in them to be able to put them on the floor. And then, the kids that are playing, they got to execute better. They've got to go for the jugular. They've got to go for the kill. And going for the kill is not taking a step back three with 8 seconds on the shot clock. It's driving it to the hole and shooting it at point blank range or drawing the foul. But a step back three doesn't make any sense. Thank you all for supporting women's basketball. Appreciate you being here.